Hi everyone, welcome back to another New Year's Challenge video brought to you in collaboration with WUUFLY. My name is Ree and I'm guiding you through another 30-minute flow. Today's flow will focus on the hips, mobility, flexibility and strength. So it's going to be nice and warm and it's for all abilities, beginner to intermediate. When you're ready, grab a block and I'll join you on your mat in a moment. Finding a comfortable seated position on your mat. Allow the shoulders to soften. Close your eyes. And just make your adjustments. Get comfortable so that you can relax. We're going to bring our hands one on top of the other and place them on our heart, on our chest. You can bow your head here if that's comfortable, just allow the shoulders to relax. We're just going to take a few deep breaths here, and I'd like you to feel the chest rise as you inhale. Feel that expansion under your hands. And I'd like you to also expand the belly, the stomach, and just feel the front body grow and lift. As you exhale, allow yourself to soften, to deflate, to sink. Just connecting to yourself again, just feeling that connection to your heart. And just feeling the natural rise and fall of your body as you breathe in and out. One more round of breath. And then bringing your hands to prayer in front of your heart. Bow your head in honor of the start of your practice. Now, if your hands are a little chilly, you could rub your palms together, warming up the hands. If they're not, if they're already quite warm, you can just hover your hands, your palms over your eyes, keeping them nice and warm, and then gently start to blink your eyes open and remove your hands. Taking hold of your block, we're going to bring the block in front of us and we're going to place our feet, soles together on the block. It's going to be here for a little while, just sort of releasing into the hips to start with. Slide your hands down to your feet. You could take hold of your toes and just allow the body to curl forward. So you're really rounding here. And continue to breathe deeply as you were doing before. Allow the rise to lift your chest up, creating space, breathing into the belly. And as you exhale, move forwards before moving down. Allow the back to round, allow the chin to tuck under. Now we've got a little bit of space under our ankles between your legs and the floor provided by the block. So if you want to, you could start to walk your hands under your legs. It might be that you only go as far as here, or perhaps you can creep those hands and bring them around the block. And again, just allowing yourself to round through the spine, breathing in. Breathing out. Take 2 more deep breaths here. And then very slowly unravel your arms, come back up and bring your knees together, remove the block and just place that to one side. Bring your knees in and give yourself a little hug.
then just bringing your feet back out. If you have any injuries in your wrists, or if you just know your wrists are quite tender, turn the fingers out. Otherwise, if your wrists are fine, turn the fingers forwards. So to begin with, just window wipe your knees right to left. So keeping the feet and knees hip width apart. Drop your knees over to the right and then over to the left. We're going to just do this a few times and just noticing any differences between the right side and the left. Come back to center, press into your feet, press into your hands. We're coming up to a reverse tabletop just to wake up the hips and the shoulders. Inhale as you lift the hips high. Look towards your knees and try and get your hips as high as your knees. Squeeze the glutes and then gently tap the hips back down. Window wipe the knees, right to left. And then come back to center and again press up. Lift the hips as high as you can, gaze forwards and lower back down. Window wipe the knees. One more time, hands behind you, press into your feet, hips high, thrust up. And then gently lower your hips down. Extend your legs in front of you, come off your wrists now and start to wiggle the fingers and circle out the wrists carefully. Press your right leg over your left leg as you inhale. Reach your arms high, bring the shoulders to the ears. Flex your toes. As you exhale, reach forwards first, as far forward as you can, and then fold. So then you move down, releasing the arms to the floor. Very gently creep back up. And we'll come back to our reverse tabletop. Feet come hip width apart, hands behind you. And again, press into your hands and feet. Hips come high. This time we're going to pulse for 5. So push down through the heels, really ground down. Hips on, glutes on. Thrust. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Extend your legs out again. Now cross the left leg over the right. If you need to, wiggle out the fingers, rotate the wrists. Reach your arms up. When you're ready, inhale, gaze forwards, shoulders to ears, palms facing inwards. As you exhale, reach forwards and then lower down. Flex the toes back towards you. And then gently creep back up. Last round of pulsing. Bring your hands behind you. Separate your feet. Reverse tabletop. Inhale, lift. Now try and draw the shoulders back a little bit more. Hips as high as the knees. Gaze forwards. Draw the shoulders back. And thrust. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower back down. Okay, from here, if you need to rotate your wrists, do that. From here, you're going to bring your right heel in next to your right hip. Extend the left leg out in front of you. So in a half saddle. Flex the left foot. If this knee is in any pain, you can just shift the knee a little wider. Or if it's really uncomfortable, take the left leg out just slightly so you can center your weight or distribute your weight evenly over your hips. Again, flexing the left foot. Inhale, reach up. I'd like you to think about the right hip, not the fold. So leaning forwards, keep pulling the left toes back, keep center, and then release your hands down to the floor. You can use your left hand to press the floor away to bring you back into the middle. I'd like you to just think about this right hip and this right knee and being really mindful not to force or push this fold. But what we are doing is stressing the hip and the knee, an internal rotation here of this right hip. So it's very strong. We rarely sit like this as adults, but children are very happy to sit with their heels out, their bums inside their heels. So they have a lot more mobility in their hip joint. Beautiful, come back up and turn your knees back up and window wipe your knees right to left. And we'll do the other side. So the right leg goes out long and you bring the left heel, I'm showing you from the side angle now, you bring the left heel to the outside of your left hip. And again, if this knee is not too happy there, you could take the knee a little wider, or you could bring it in a little closer, depending on how that feels. I like to go in between. Flex your right foot, reach your arms up, and again, try and distribute the weight across both hips equally. As you exhale, reach forwards, keep pulling those right toes back, push into the right calf to keep you more stable. And then just bring your hands down either side of you. Use your right hand more to press against so that you can pull the weight back and you can start to really feel this in that left hip and the left knee. So it is stressing the left knee, and if it is painful, just move the foot out or move the knee away. And then very gently help your left leg back out in front of you. Both legs now, just give them a little shake and rub your knees. Okay, crossing your knees, crossing your legs, roll over your knees, come onto your hands and find your tabletop. So hands under shoulders, separate the fingers here. And notice the knees are under your hips. Start to take your cat-cows, so gripping the mat with your fingertips, pull forwards and look forwards and up. As you exhale, round through the back. And 2 more of these. Inhale, pull forwards and up. Exhale, round through the back. Tucking that chin under. Last one. Exhale, round through the back, tucking chin, tucking tailbone under, and send your hips back towards your heels for a child's pose. Have a little wiggle in your child's pose, slide the hands forwards, head can come to the floor or to a block, whatever's more preferable. Keep reaching those fingers forwards, finding length, moving into those hips. And pulling forwards into your tabletop again. Draw yourself forwards, tuck the toes under, and we'll lift into our first downward facing dog. Send the hips high and press the weight back. Bring your chin into your chest and start to take any movement that you need now to wake up the legs. Maybe bending one knee and then the other. Checking in with your hands, just making sure they're nice and spread out. Fingers are all fanned out and the index fingers are facing 12 o'clock. And then finding stillness when you're ready so that we can check in with the neck, looking under your right arm and the left. When you're ready, lift the right leg, 3-legged dog, point, full extension. Push through both arms equally. Bring the right knee in towards your nose and just round through the back. Right leg all the way back up, 3-legged dog. Pushing through your arms equally. Bring the right knee to your nose and round through the back. Last time, reach it high. And then bring the right knee through. Can only go so far. Pull forwards and then step the foot between your hands. Help it there if it doesn't quite get there. Tent your fingers, framing your right foot, making sure the knee is over the ankle. Look up, runner's lunge. And gently lower the left knee down. Untuck the back toes and bring your hands onto your right knee and gently open up through the chest. As you exhale, sink your hips forwards. Just feeling that left hip flexor. One more breath. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back to your plank position. Shoulders, elbows, wrists, pull forwards, knees, chest, chin. As the chest moves towards the floor between your thumbs, stick your bum up, snake it through. Press into your hips, squeeze your glutes, push into the tops of your feet, and take your cobra. Exhale, push back onto your knees and make your way to child's pose. Inhale, when you're ready, pull forwards into your tabletop, tucking the toes under and lift back to your downward facing dog. Chin to chest, readjust your hands and feet. Soften through the knees, the heels are floating, the knees are nice and bent. Push through both arms equally, bring the chin in towards your chest, waking up the arms and shoulders. When you're ready, left leg lifts, three-legged dog. Full extension of that left leg, point or flex the foot, squeezing the glute, push through both arms equally. Now bring the left knee towards your nose or forehead. Exhale, send it back. And again, bringing the knee in. And send it back, three-legged dog. This time, bring your left knee in towards you. As you exhale, step the foot forwards between your hands. Inhale, lift the gaze. In your runner's lunge, just pause here for a moment, making sure the ankle is under the left knee. And you're shooting down that right leg into the heel energetically. Exhale, lower the right knee down, untuck the right toes, bring your hands onto this left knee. As you inhale, push the knee away and sink your hips forwards. And again, breathing in and breathing out. Lower your hands down and tuck your back toes under, step back to your plank position. Shoot the left foot back, pull forward, stacking shoulders, elbows, wrists, doming through the upper back, pulling the belly in. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin. Moving through to your cobra back bend, glutes on, push your hip bones and feet into the mat. Now draw your shoulders down and back. Exhale, child's pose, pushing back over your knees. Send your hips to your heels. Reach those fingers forwards, rest your head, take a nice deep breath. Inhale, pulling forwards when you're ready. Make your way back to your tabletop shape, tuck the toes under, lift back to your downward facing dog. Right leg lifts, three-legged dog. Push through both arms equally, draw the knee through, step the right foot between your hands. Gaze at the floor, walk your hands forwards and just float the back leg up, coming into your warrior three. The right knee can be soft. You can keep your fingers here, you can bring one hand to your heart. Back foot is active. You could even bring the other hand to join it here. Root down through the right foot. Really ground down. And lift the chest, lower the left leg next to the right. Reaching up high. And gaze forwards. Keep your shoulders by your ears. I'm just going to step back so I don't kick my window. Root down through your left foot this time and pendulum swing the right leg all the way up in front of you. As the right leg lowers, lower your arms and reach back. Pendulum swing into your warrior three, balancing on your left leg still. Activate that back foot. Activate your fingers and really root down with that left foot. Bring your left hand to the corner, left corner of your mat. Tent the fingers there and start to reach your right fingers up to the ceiling, opening your body to the side of the room into this half moon shape. Back leg nice and extended. Active foot. Gaze back down at the mat as you lower the back foot down to the back of the mat. Right foot comes down and lift up into your warrior two. Adjust your stance, of course, so you can walk that front foot further forwards or your back foot back. And gaze over your left fingers here, soften the shoulders. Flip the palm of your left hand, reverse your warrior without changing your leg shape. Exhale, coming back to warrior two, straightening the front leg and hips move back as you lean forwards. Reach, 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 reach. Lower the left fingers to the inside of your left leg, right fingers reach up. Pull the right shoulder, right hip back. Root down through that back foot. Keep reaching up with the right fingers. Gaze down towards your toes as you lower your right arm, frame your left foot. Now you can pivot onto your back toes and hop the back foot in a little bit. Send it over to the right as well so your feet are on train tracks. Pyramid pose. Inhale, lift your gaze. Soften through the knee, but really push the left hip back. Exhale, fold here. And again. Tent your fingers, straighten up through the arms. Take the weight in your hands and your back foot as you slide the left leg underneath you. Palms come down now as you lift into three-legged dog. Pull forwards into three-legged plank. Stacking shoulders, elbows, wrists. Keep that left leg lifted and engaged as you lower the right knee to the floor. Keep the right toes tucked under. Option to keep the left hand down, pull the left foot in towards your bum and reach your right hand back for a tiger pose. So opposite hand to foot, keep the gaze down, grip the mat with your left hand. Or you could try same side grip. Right hand stays down, lean into that right arm, grip the mat with your right fingers, and you can do both of these of course. Reach back for your left foot with your left hand or the ankle. And you could apply the same. Kicking the foot into the hand, gripping the mat with your right hand. And gently, whichever variation, it doesn't matter. You're welcome to do both or one or the other. When you're done, lower the left knee next to your right knee. Separate your arms again and move through into your cobra pose. So your chaturanga. Coming down and forwards into your cobra, glutes on, push into your tops of feet, and then move back over your knees to child's pose. And then rise back into your tabletop. Tucking the toes under, lift into your downward facing dog. Exhale, press the weight back. Softening the knees here. Readjusting the feet and the hands. Left leg lifts, three-legged dog. Now slowly step the left foot between your hands. Really rounding through the back. And walk your hands forwards. Tent the fingers and float the right leg up. Root down through that left leg. You can bring one hand to heart. You could bring both hands to heart, really flex or activate that back foot. Root down through the left. Think of your left foot growing its own roots into the earth. Start to lift. And lower the right leg down next to your left leg. Take a full body stretch. And then gaze forwards whilst keeping your arms high. You're going to root down through the right foot this time. Float the left leg forwards. Pendulum swing it up. Keep the foot flexed. As you lower the leg, lower the arms. Pendulum swing back into warrior three. Root down through the right foot. Active hands. Arms reach back. And really connect with that right foot. Back foot active. Lower the right fingers to the corner of your mat, tenting the hand and opening into your half moon shape. Back leg active, lift those left fingers, really reach. Gaze to the mat, soften the front knee, lower the left foot down to the back and widen your stance and come into your warrior two. Slide that right foot forwards and deepen your lunge. Soften your shoulders here. Gazing over your right hand, turn your palm, the palm of your right hand, whilst keeping your knees as they are. Reverse your warrior. Exhale, pack back down to warrior two. Trikonasana, straighten the front leg, tilt the hips back, lower the right fingers down to
the inside of your right leg. Reach the left fingers up, inhale here. Exhale here. Keep pulling that left shoulder, left hip back. Exhale, lower the left hand down to the mat. Now pivot onto your back toes and just hop the left foot in slightly and off to the left. Coming into your pyramid shape. Inhale here. Lift the gaze, soften the front knee, push that right hip back. Exhale here. And again. And tenting the fingers, stay on your back toes, take the weight in your hands as you slide the right leg underneath you, three-legged dog, palms come down, send that right leg high. Come into your three-legged plank, pull the weight forwards, keep that right leg active and lifted. Lower the left knee down to the mat. Now pull the right foot in. You can stay on your right hand and left knee as you lift the left hand and reach back. Reaching a little bit further than you think you need to because it's the opposite foot. Reaching for the foot. If you have the foot, kick the foot into the hand. Push the floor away with that right arm. Keep your chest up. If you want to try a slightly more challenging variation, keep the left hand down. Take the weight in your left hand, arm and knee. Reach back with the right hand, taking the inside or outside of that foot. And again, kicking foot into hand. And then gently releasing the right knee down, right hand down, and more gracefully than that probably. Pull yourself forward and dip your chest between your thumbs. Keep the bottom high, slide it through now into your cobra, elbows back, push into your hip bones and your feet. Draw the chest forward, squeeze your glutes. Exhale, press back over your knees. And come into your child's pose. Have a little wiggle in your child's pose. When you're ready, coming back up into tabletop, tucking the toes under and lifting all the way back up. Right leg lifts and we'll step the right foot between our hands. Now wherever you are, you want to make sure you can see me. We're going to walk the hands into the middle of the mat. Okay, so we're coming into a wide-legged fold. Fingertips are tented and you've got your shoulders over your wrists. Toes are facing the long edge of your mat. Inhale here. As you exhale, push down into the arches of your feet and fold to the floor. And again, inhale here. Push into the arches of your feet. Exhale, fold. Inhale here. Exhale, fold, squeezing the inner thighs together. And now tuck your chin under. And walk your hands either through into the space behind you, or you could reach for your ankles or toes, wherever you really want to reach for that will make this more comfortable, more stable for you. Take some weight into your toes and really push down through the arches of your feet, squeezing your thighs together. Now walk your hands back out beneath you so that you can lift up halfway, balancing the blood here for a moment. You're going to turn the heels in so the toes are out, and we're going to walk to the right foot. Use your hands in front of you, Skandasana, sided lunge. Drop it down to that right heel. Let's see if you can flex the left toes. Okay, keep your hands down on the floor. Use your hands for the first couple to push the floor off. Walk to the left. As you lunge towards that left heel, flex the right toes. And then if you're feeling strong, you could do this hands free. To the right, flex the left toes. To the left, flex the right toes. One more time, to the right, flex the left toes. And to the left, flex the right toes. So from here, I'm going to lower down onto our knees.
Okay, so we're going to come now into a double pigeon or fire log pose. You bring your right foot in front of you, bending the right knee, and don't have it too close. Have it a little bit further away so that the shin of that right leg lines up with the edge of your mat. And then bring the left ankle onto the right knee, flexing your feet here. Now this is when you might want your block again. So if this left knee is really high, you can bring the block and prop it up and then just add a little bit of pressure into that left knee so it's pushing against the block. If the knee is a lot lower, you can always just bring the block on the lowest setting under that knee. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes for the hips to really loosen in this position, but we won't probably stay there for that long. So with the feet flexed, making sure that right foot is further forwards than you think it needs to be, directly under the left knee. Add a little pressure onto that left knee. You can start to fold forwards here. Perhaps you walk forwards. Perhaps you drop the head. Perhaps you drop the elbows today, depending on where you want to go with this pose. 2 more breaths here. And then creeping back in. I'd encourage you, if that was really hard, I'd encourage you to do that a few more times throughout the week or incorporate it into your own practice. You're going to slide the left foot now, which is on top, into the crease of the right hip. Extend the right leg long. If this left knee is floating and it bothers you, you can put a block under that. If it comes to the floor, great. But if it's happy just floating in the air, you don't need the block, that's fine as well. So taking hold of your left foot with your right hand, you're trying to get the toes as close to your right hip as possible. Reach the left arm up and flex your right foot and start to reach back with that left arm. So opening the shoulders and again reach up. Reach back, little thoracic twist, and again reach up. Reach back. I've got a plant trying to attack me here. Now feed the left arm around your back. And you might be able to use your right hand to encourage that hand round. Perhaps you find the toes, or perhaps you just take hold of your top. Or a strap. You're welcome to use a strap here if you want. Bring your right hand onto your left knee. Keep the right toes flexed here and gently draw yourself up. Exhale, twisting around, looking over that left shoulder. One more breath. Very gently release, help that left arm back round. It's quite an intense stretch on the shoulder. And then you're going to bring your left foot off. If you want, if you need to, extend the left leg long and just give that left knee some love. If your left leg is okay, we'll move straight back into our double pigeon, fire log pose. So the left ankle comes down and you line the shin up with the edge of your mat. Bring the right ankle across and place it on top of your left knee. And again, use your block, particularly at the beginning, so that right knee has something to relax on. I sometimes just sit here for a little while, leaning into that right knee. Tilting that right knee down, adding a little bit of pressure there. And then as things start to ease, you can bring your hands forwards. And as you do that, you lean the torso forward so the weight is now moving over the hips more, forcing that right knee down. Keeping the feet flexed, stay with your breath here. One more breath. And gently come back up again. Recommend doing this a few times a week so you can incorporate it into your practice, really gets into those hips. Slide the right leg up to the crease of your left hip. Holding that foot with your left hand, extend the left leg out in front of you, flex the toes. So again, check in with how this right knee feels. If you need to support the knee, put the block underneath. If it's happy floating in the air, that's fine. Your knee might touch the ground, in which case, great. Hopefully that's a bit more comfortable. So keeping that right foot as close to your left hip as possible, Reach your right fingers up and then reach to the back of the room. Flex the left foot. And again, inhale, reach. Exhale, back. One more time, reaching up. Exhale, back. Now wrap the right arm around your back, bringing it towards those toes. Maybe you take hold of your top or the top of your leggings. Bring your left hand onto your right knee. Keep the left toes flexed. Inhale here. Exhale, rotate. Gaze over your right shoulder. Stay with your breath. Big breath in. Exhale, twist. One more breath. Gently coming back round. Release the right arm carefully. Just notice how that right shoulder feels. Release the right leg and just let your right leg go long. Give your right leg some love if you need to. And just slowly come down onto your mat. Stretch it out. Extend the arms over your head. Just wiggle the toes, point and flex the feet. Just notice the blood flow in that right leg. Notice how your knees feel, your hips feel. Relaxing through the hands and fingers. Relaxing through the chest and the belly. And softening through the face. I think I'm going to let you enjoy this relaxation time for a bit longer. So stay here for as long as you need to. Thank you for joining me today. See you soon. Namaste.